inserting my hook in the first chain and making a ring, a slip stitch, and then it forms a ring. So here I'm just going to insert my hook in the first chain as I told you. Slip stitch, and now I'm going to chain one, yarn over, and make 2 double crochets in the ring. So 2 double crochets will be the first section or the first petal of the star we're making. Next I'm going to chain one, and again I'm going to yarn over and make 2 double crochets in the ring. I will repeat this step 5 times. I should have 5 sections or 10 double crochets and 5 chains in between. These 5 sections are the 5 petals of the star. So the 1 chain between each 2 double crochets will guide us to form the petals of the star. And after I finish the 5 sections or the 10 double crochets, I'm going to chain one, the 5th chain, and insert my hook inside the first double crochet and make a slip stitch to join the row together. And now we're done with row number 1, and I'm going to start with row number 2, chain 1, yarn over, in the first double crochet make 2 double crochets. Now we're going to increase the number of stitches, and we will work in both double crochets, 2 double crochets. That means our 2 double crochets will become 4. So here is my 4th double crochet, and next I'm going to repeat 1 chain over this 1 chain, or parallel to the previous 1 chain, and here yarn over and again make 2 double crochets in both double crochets from previous row, and continue working till you get 20 double crochets with 5 chains between each 4 double crochets. And here we doubled the number of our double crochets, but next row won't be the same. I will show you how to continue increasing each row very easily. So I'm going to finish this row and come back to show you how to continue working on your increases. And here I finished. I'm going to chain the last chain, which is the 5th chain, and insert my hook at the top of the first double crochet and make a slip stitch, and we are done with row number 2. Look how it looks like. So now let's start with row number 3, and chain 1, yarn over, in the first double crochet make 2 double crochets. So we've increased 1 double crochet at the side. Next, in the next 2 double crochets, work 1 double crochet in each. Now we need only to increase at the edges or the sides of the petal. So 2 double crochets in the middle, 1 in each, and at the end of this petal make 2 double crochets. So we increase the number. We had 4 stitches, now we have 6 stitches in each petal. Chain 1 again, so we are not increasing the chains, we just chain 1 each row to make a separate, or to separate between each petal. Again I made 2 double crochets in the first stitch, and in the last stitch as well 2 double crochets. Here I have increased at the sides of this petal. Again, chain one and continue working in the same way, using the same method of increasing, and that's how we're going to work our rows. Here I finished the last petal and I'm going to chain one and insert my hook as usual in the first, double crochet and slip stitch to finish our row. As you can see, I have like a triangle shaped petals. I'm increasing each row 2 in each petal, so each row I'm going to increase 10 double crochets. The first row was 10, the second is 20, the third is 30, and here I'm showing you a piece I finished working on. I've increased 1 double crochet at each side of each petal and continue working until you reach half the size of the blanket or the pocket you want. So the rule is to measure the height of the baby and divide this number by 2 and then add 10% of the number. For example, if my baby is 60 centimeters tall, so the half is 30 and add 10% to this 30, it will become 33 centimeters. So my circle or my first piece will be of a diameter of 33 centimeters. So as I told you, measure your baby's height and work accordingly according to the height of your baby. So here I will show you how it will end up looking. So finish this piece and next you're going to work on your petals separately. So as you can see, I've made 4 petals and I left the 5th one to show you how I will do it, and you can repeat the steps on each side. So here I've made 26 double crochets. My final number of double crochets in each petal is 26. I'm going now to show you how to decrease to get the pointy petal or pointy star. So I'm going to take my yarn as before, 2 threads together, and make my magic knot and insert my hook at the top of the first double crochet like this, and insert this knot inside my double crochet and chain 1. So now we will make 1 row 26 double crochets. We won't increase, so our first row will be the same number of stitches as the previous row. We're just making double crochets like this without any increases. So when you finish these 26 or how much you've reached, now we're going to start to decrease our work. And here I'm going to flip my work. Now we're going to work back and forth and we're going to decrease 1. As we did before, we increased 1 at each side, so now we're going to decrease 1 at each side. Each row we will decrease 1 by 1, that means 2 in total. So here how we're going to decrease. Chain 1, yarn over and insert your hook in the first double crochet, pull through 1 yarn and pull through 2 loops, leave 2 loops on your hook, and again yarn over, insert your hook in the second double crochet, pull the yarn and pull through 2 loops, leave 3 loops around your hook, and then pull through 3 loops together, and that's how we've increased 2 and they become 1. Now work 22 double crochets without any increases. When you reach the last 2 double crochets, we're going to repeat the decrease as we did now. So I'm going to make these 2 or 22 double crochets, I'm sorry, and I'm going to come back to show you the decrease at the other end. Here I finished the 22 double crochets, and again I'm going to decrease as I did before. Yarn over, insert your hook in the first double crochet, pull through 2 loops, leave 2 loops on the hook, yarn over again and insert your hook in the last double crochet, pull through 2, leave 3 on the hook and pull through these 3 loops together. Now we've decreased 2 double crochets in this row, 1 at each side. Again, flip your work and repeat these steps. Decrease 1 at this side and 1 at the other side, and repeat your decreases each row as we did before until you reach the number of 2 stitches. You'll have 2 stitches at the end. We're going to join these 2 stitches together to form our pointy petal. So I'm going to finish my decreases and I'm going to come back to show you how to make this pointy side of the star. And now I finished the decreases as I told you. I have 2 stitches left to decrease into 1, so I will flip my work again and I'm going to join these 2 stitches together. As before, I will chain 1 and make the same step I used to decrease my stitches. And when you pull the yarn through the 3 left loops on your hook, you will get this pointy shape, and cut your yarn, and here is your petals finished. So here I will show you how to work your pieces. You will make one piece with 5 petals and you will make another piece with only 3 petals. The 2 other sides will be one for the hand and one for the head. So we will join the work and we will make these pieces for the head and the other hand, the right hand, separately, and then we're going to join the work together. We make this step so we have a flexible blanket to put our baby inside. And here how we're going to make the head and the hand. So work on these 2 pieces, one with 5 petals, one with 3, and then come back to make together the other hand and the head. Now I'm going to show you how to make the hand side. So with the same yarn, make a magic knot, and remember when we reached 26 double crochets, now we're going to make 26 chains. So the piece we're going to make is the same as the petals we had. So here I'm just going to chain 26 and make 1 row all double crochets, 26 double crochets in total. So chain an additional chain and yarn over, and in the second chain insert your hook and make 1 double crochet, and again make the other double crochets until you reach your other end. You should have 26 double crochets or as much as you reached with your own piece. So here I finished my row number 1, and I'm going to decrease as I did just now. I will decrease 1 on each side using the same method we've used before. So chain 1 and yarn over in the first stitch, insert your hook and pull through 2 loops, leave 2 loops around the hook, again yarn over in the second stitch, pull through 2, leave 3 around your hook, and pull through the 3. Repeat your steps as we did before and you will get a triangle shaped piece. So I will show you how it will look like. It's very easy, it's the same work we did as before, like this one. And this is the final result. As I told you, you will get a triangular shape with the same number of rows plus 1. So if you worked 40 rows, then your triangular piece will be 15 rows. And now we're going to make the head piece, and this piece will be different. I'm going to make my magic knot and make 26 chains as before, and here we're going to start doing the same steps: chain an additional chain and yarn over, start working with the second chain, make 26 double crochets. But in this piece we're going to make 5 rows without decreasing any stitch, so we have 26 stitches in our first 5 rows, and then we're going to start decreasing, and our decreases will be different this time because we have 5 rows without decreases. So make 5 rows and come back to show you how we were going to continue decreasing. So now I finished working and made 5 rows with 26 double crochets, and now I will start to decrease. I will flip my work and start decreasing. Now in the first row I will decrease only 1 at each side, so I will repeat the decreases as before. Here I will decrease 1 at the start and 1 at the other side. The next rows, or the next 4 rows, I will decrease 2 by 2. So it's very easy, just finish working on this row and I will show you how to decrease in the next row. Here I finished decreasing 1 by 1, so flip your work again and start decreasing. Here I'm going to decrease 2 stitches, and using the same method I will decrease 2 stitches instead of 1. So here I will make the same steps 3 times, and I will have 4 loops around my hook, and I'm going to pull through the 4 loops together. Next, work until you reach the last 3 stitches and repeat your decreases 2 by 2. Make 4 rows of decreasing 2 by 2 until you reach the same number of stitches with the same number of rows. So this is your reference. When you get to the row where you have the same number of stitches as your triangular shaped piece, you will stop decreasing 2 by 2 and continue decreasing 1 by 1. So you will have the same number of rows and the same number of stitches. So finish this piece and the piece will look like this. Here you can see how we're going to place the hand part, the right hand part and the head part. Now we're going to join all the parts together. Before we need to make the bottom part. So here in this piece where we left this part without completing the puzzle, here at the left side I'm going to make 2 additional rows so that you can button the blanket. So here I'm going to take my yarn, make a magic knot and insert this yarn inside the first stitch of this left side. I'm going to chain 1, and then this row will be all treble crochets, so yarn over twice and make 26 treble crochets. These treble crochets will be my button holes. You can make double crochets instead of treble crochets if you have small buttons. You can check out the buttons before starting this row. And here I finished the 26 treble crochets, and next I'm going to make 1 row all double crochets without increasing nor decreasing. So here I flip the work, chain 1 and 26 double crochets and finish your work. This is the last step we're going to work on. Before joining the parts together, each part we did, each piece we did. So just finish this row and come back to check out how we're going to join the pieces together. So now I'm going to take the bigger piece, the one we made 5 petals in, and I'm going to place the front side at the bottom. Here is my front side, my back side. So you have to flip your work downside to your side and put the first piece, which is the head piece, front side up, and place it on the first petal. I'm going to use some pins to pin the work together before starting joining. So here what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the first row of the head piece over the first row of the first petal, and I'm going to pin it together. Next I'm going to pin the other end, the pointy end, together, and again I'm going to pin the middle side, the one in the middle. So here I've skipped 5 rows, and the 6th row I'm going to count and pin it with the back side. You can skip this part because if you know how to join any crochet piece together without pinning them together, it's okay, you can do so without the pinning. But I prefer pinning because it eases up things. So then pin the other side using the same method, and now we're going to place the hand side front side upwards and do the same pinning process, the first row with the first row, the pointy side with the pointy side. You can continue pinning all the pieces together as I showed you, or you can pin one piece at a time, like this. So next I'm going to show you how to start joining the pieces together. Now I will bring my yarn. I will make a magic knot and insert the knot in the first row of both sides of the same piece. Right here I'm going to insert it in both pieces in the first row, and we're going to work perpendicularly around the rows. So around each row we're going to make 2 single crochets. First I'm going to chain 1, insert my hook in the same place and make a single crochet. Again in the same row or around the same row I'm going to make another single crochet, and I will repeat the steps and make 2 single crochets around each row from both sides. So you should check that your hook is inserted in both pieces in the same row. So continue working your single crochets until you reach the pointy part right here. So when I reach the pointy part, I'm going to come back to show you how to make it look pointier. So here I finished making the first side, joining them together, and I've reached the last row, and here I'm going to insert my hook and make a single crochet, and again After making my first single crochet, I will insert my hook at the top of the row in the angle and make another single crochet, and here I'm going to chain one, and in the same place I'm going to make another single crochet. So it's like we're making a corner. If you worked in crochet for a long time, you know this. So here I will make another single crochet. So this row will be single crochet, one chain, single crochet, and I will rotate my work to work on the other side, and again repeat the steps by making 2 single crochets around each row from both sides, and continue working until you finish the first petal. Then go and start with another petal using the same yarn without disconnecting the yarn or cutting it off. So keep working simply using this method until you finish joining all the parts together as I've shown you before, and the piece will